Hey class, this is Mrs. Cornett. I am going to make a second video that goes along with section 3.3. I have chosen 3 word problems from your textbook that all involve the percent equation or the is over of equals percent over 100 method that I taught you in video 1. So let's get started. This problem is about a salary raise. It says a union negotiates for a cost of living raise of 4.5%. What is the raise for a union member whose salary is $37,380? Second question is, what is this person's new salary? So if you remember, the percent equation is A equals P times B, where A is the part and B is the whole that it's being compared to. P is the percent in a decimal form. So we know the original salary was $37,300. That will be our B. Our percent is 4.5%. Go ahead and change that to a decimal by moving the decimal 2 places to the left. So that's 0.045. And then A is the one that's missing. A is the actual amount of the raise, not the percent of the raise, but the amount that they're adding on to their salary. So now we'll just plug in these values. A equals 0.045 times 37,380. A equals 1,682.1. But let's go ahead and put a 0 because this is talking about money. So the actual amount of the raise is $1,682.10. Now there's a second question. What is this person's new salary? This one should be pretty easy for you. We're going to take the old salary and add the amount of the raise, and that will equal the new salary. So this is an easy addition problem. 37,380 plus 1,682.10. Add those two together to get a total of $39,062.10. Okay, next. It says you missed an A in your art course by only 5 points. Your point total for the course was 382. How many points were possible in the course? And then assume that you needed 90% of the course total for an A. So this is pretty common, especially in college classes. Actually, this is how I do my grades for my classes as well, is that all of your grades add up to a total points, and then you need a certain amount of points to get an A, a certain amount of points to get a B, and so forth. And so 90% is the lowest possible A. And if you go back to the first 2 sentences, it says you missed the A by only 5 points. So you had 382 points, but that got you a very high B. If you were only 5 points away, we could add 382 plus 5 to get the number 387. So what does that mean? 387 points is the bare minimum amount of points that you need in this art class to have a 90% grade, which is an A. So in order to find the total points, like if you did everything perfect and received every possible point, how much is that? So our part is 387. The percent is the 90%, but we're going to go ahead and change it to 0.90. And we're looking for the B, which is the total out of how many total points. Those of you who like the is over of method, you would say 387 is the is number, and your percent is 90% over 100, and then your missing piece, that's where you'll put the variable x and cross multiply. But let me go back over here to the left side of the screen. So remember, our percent equation is A equals P times B. So we have 387 equals 0.90B. Next, divide both sides by 0.90 to get a total points of 430. And let me show you over here how it would work out the same exact way. We would cross multiply to get 90x equals 38,700. Divide both sides by 90. Can you see how it's similar to the other method? Right here at this step when we're dividing both sides by the 90 to get 430 total points. Either method is fine. I don't mean to confuse you. You just need to pick a method and stick with it. A car salesman receives a commission of $1,145 for the sale of a $45,800 car. What percent commission is this? So we're going to be working through the percent equation again. And one more time, that equation is A equals P times B. A is going to be the exact amount of his commission, which was $1,145. B is the total amount that the car sold for, which is pretty expensive in my opinion, $45,800 for that car. And P is what's missing, because that's the question. What percent commission is this? The other method, we could say 1145 is what percent of 45,800. And then you can see that you can quickly set up your is over of fraction equals x over 100 and then cross multiply. Okay, I'm sorry I keep switching back and forth. I just want you to know that both of these methods can be used to work the exact same problem. So back to the percent equation, this would be 1145 equals P times 45,800. We'll divide both sides by that 45,800. To get the decimal, P equals 0.025. When you're solving for the percent and you're using the percent equation, it's going to come out first in the decimal form. You have to convert it to the percent before you type in your answer. Move the decimal 2 spaces to the right to get 2.5%. And just for fun, let me just cross multiply over here. This will be 45,800x equals 11,000 equals 114,500. We'll divide both sides by 45,800 and you get 2.5. Because when you're working the is over of method, it's going to come out with the exact percent, not the decimal version of the percent. So, as you can see, both methods produce the correct answer of 2.5. You just have to pick which way you prefer to solve the problem. Okay, so I want you to try some of these on your homework. Please contact me if you have any questions, and that's all for this video.